and see something like that? You just kind of laugh at some of the things that some coaches say sometimes.
Well, sometimes they've got they coach their team. They've got their own philosophy or somebody else's philosophy, or it's for a book or whatever. But a counter-attacking team, and if you want to really get me going,
I never mean to wind you up.
No, but it's a short trip.
Yes.
We must be the best counter-attacking team in the world. not in America, in the world. Who has more shots than us? Nobody.
Nope.
Who has more offsides than us?
Nobody.
Who has more corners than us? Nobody. Well, there's three stats that I don't even, don't even want to go into. So, listen, I don't get into that. That's his opinion, and so be it. They've got to, obviously he's in a situation where they're trying to develop players. Do we pick from the same pool of players? No. They've got a Olympic-style pool, and we've got a little whirlpool somewhere. So it's totally different. It's a totally different philosophy. But I understand where he's coming from, and he has a job to do. And that's the philosophy. That's how they want to play. So be it. But it's water off a duck's back. But it might be interesting a little later in the game tonight.
I just thought it was interesting because, especially even considering the setting. You guys played on Wednesday, and then Saturday you've played at elevation in both of them. You would almost expect teams coming in that form to be more of a counter-attacking team.
Well, I don't really want to get in a pissing contest. Off here, I'll tell you how I really feel.
Yeah.
But I think, if you're going to make comments like that, you've got to have some substance to back it up. And I just think it was his own little world that he lives in, and he says what he has to say. And that's so be it. But
fans, here are the officials for tonight's match. The referee is John Freeman.
The only two teams
assistant referees are Abdel Koutean and Ryan Cook. And the fourth official is Esteban Rosano.
That's a good point.
And now here's the starting 11 for the Real Monarchs SLC, led by head coach Freddie Warren. The goalkeeper is number 1, Eduardo Fernandez.
At the time,
defender number 14, Jordan Morel.
We had a little fun with it.
Defender number 3, Fanuel Cavita.
And
defender number 20, Emilio Orozco.
That's true. I did look that up.
Midfielder number 5, Lennon Celestino.
What did you see out of them
number 19,
on Wednesday?
Tyler Arnaud.
On Saturday, I thought that's the
number
philosophy
6,
that they play. They got to pass, and and they passed it, and they gave it to us. But on chances, we outshot them. I thought that we had the better chances. But as I said, tonight's a different day, different game, and let's get on with it. But we had a little bit of fun with it, that's for sure.
Changes to the lineup.
Lucas is coming in for Blackie. Blackie's done very well the last few games. Just a little rest. We've got a game on Saturday, so Luca did well in the last game, and we might be able to get away with it a little bit tonight and have a little bit more offensive side of the ball. As obviously we've got to score goals, because we're always prone to let a couple in, so we've got to get 3 or 4 goals, and that's our objective.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Bye. Thank you.
David Irving, head coach, Tulsa Roughnecks, back after this on the bus.
All right, Kyle, let's...
Number 23, Eli Galbraith-Knapp. And number 26, Andy Lorai. And now for tonight's starting 11. The goalkeeper is number 25, Jake Feener. Defender, number 5, Kyle Venter. Defender, number 3, Elon Tavarin. Defender, number 6, Ryan Price. Defender, number 13, Stephen Miller. Midfielder, number 24, Brady Ballou. Midfielder, number 10, Luca Cordero. Midfielder, number 2, Henry Maybo. Midfielder, number 8, Chad Bond. Forward, number 9, Sammy Ochoa. And forward, number 20, Christian Mata. Ladies and gentlemen, let's now honor America by removing our hats and standing at attention as the Fused Trio performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, brave.
Vatterott College, start forming your new career path today by visiting the Vatterott College's Tulsa campus and learn more about the auto, medical, and technology programs. Start the journey for a new career today by going to vatterott.edu. We'll take this time out and come back with the kickoff next here on The Buzz. Trust me, those got plenty of attention right here at ONEOK Field, courtesy of Freddie Juarez, and the Roughnecks very well aware of what was said after the game on Saturday night that ended in a 1-1 draw, and we are underway here at ONEOK Field in beautiful downtown Tulsa. Thank you for those of you not only listening in on ESPN 1300 The Buzz, but on the YouTube feed as well from the Salt Lake City area, as we will see the Monarchs start off with possession here first. As I mentioned, Jeremy Poplin, David Saunders, the third member of our crew, we will welcome in here in a few moments. That is Tulsa Roughnecks player Andy Lorai, who is down on the pitch. We'll get his thoughts here in just 1 second if the Roughnecks can clear out of their own area, and they do. Here comes Cordero with a nice dribble up past midfield and immediately leaves one in the box for Ochoa, and Ochoa immediately has an opportunity here in the early going, but he puts that one directly on the keeper. And Fernandez was tested here early. Not much of a test as it was put directly on him, but a good opening segment and scene here from the Tulsa Roughnecks.
45 seconds, and Sammy Ochoa has his first chance on goal. He's been in a rich vein of form with goal scoring. Did everything right. Good save from the keeper. But again, you just wonder if the Roughnecks could have been one up in this first minute. Here come the away side, though. Here's
Welshman. Welshman who scored. Nice flick on there inside the box, and this one just over the top of the crossbar as Feener came out to challenge, and he will be turned away here. That's suddenly with a good opportunity here in the early going. but the Roughnecks survive here in the opening moments. I mentioned the third member of our broadcast. That is Andy Lorai, who is down at field level. Andy, how are you tonight, sir?
Doing great, guys. Excited to be here. Perfect night for soccer and a thrilling opening minute.
Absolutely thrilling opening minute.
And I agree with Andy Laura. It really is a perfect night for soccer. I mean, it's not too hot. Most of the ground, 90% of the ground, I think you would say, is in the shade pot. It really is a wonderful, wonderful night for soccer. And as we always say, a great setting here at ONEOK with this wonderful team here at the Tulsa Roughnecks. Roughnecks need a W, as a few of the crew have said to me. And they've started pretty well. Great chance if you're just joining us a little bit late. 50 seconds gone. And Sammy Ochoa produces a good save from the keeper.
Sammy Ochoa, of course, the leading goal scorer here for the Tulsa Roughnecks, with 7 on the season so far, and the early opportunity turned away. As now Stephen Miller tries to keep this one in bounds, but it trickles out over the touchline, and a throw in here for the Monarchs. And there's a foul from behind that will be called against Ryan Price, who comes up on his challenge. And our first set piece now coming up for the Real Monarchs in an area that could provide some trouble for one Jake Feener.
We should say as well, just after Sammy Ochoa had one chance, back came the Monarchs and possibly should have scored. Lobbed the ball over Feener just over the bar. So it could easily have been 1-1, but alas, it's 0-0. And the free kick will be swung in from the left-hand side.
See Brady Ballou there, also Christian Mata setting up in the two-man wall. Here's the ball that's played in towards the penalty area. Is there. It bounces, falls down on the turf. However, one of the Roughnecks players, that was Miller, who was pushed down. And this call will go in favor of the Roughnecks here in the early going, as it looks like Chad Bond lost his left boot, and will have the opportunity to put this one back on.
Yeah, good refereeing, spotted that. He's had a good start, the referee, and can I just say, I saw him warming up, Pop, and I'm telling you, that man could run the 100 metres in less than 10 seconds. He was absolutely lightning as he warmed up, this referee, so I hope he can keep up with play tonight. Certainly looks like he can from his warming up schedule.
Here's the Roughnecks from midfield, played through the center circle, back to Stephen Miller. Miller cuts inside, trying to link up there with Henry, does so, but Ochoa has it. Nice, brilliant ball in from Ochoa, lands to the foot of Mata. Mata puts it directly on the keeper, Fernandez now, who's at 2, placed directly at his chest. But another great ball in service from Sammy Ochoa.
And the front two link it up really well there. Mata, I think, was trying to pull it back. Luca was running in at the keeper there, Fernandez, excuse me, and just couldn't get on the end of it. Good goalkeeping from the away keeper, but good signs from the Roughnecks.
Here come the Monarchs. Sunley making a run through. He's not given the ball. Has to make sure he's back on sides now. Now, Monarchs, this is what they do best. Keep possession through the center circle. Good ball to the outside. Settled there. Has an opportunity inside. Vinter comes over to clean that one away. Welshman was there running through. Also Sunley.
And Vent having a few words with Stephen Miller there. Stephen Miller now right back, of course. Ben Brewster is on the bench. And I don't think Stephen Miller did too much wrong there. I think Vender was saying you possibly could have stopped the cross coming in. But here's the corner for the away side. 0-0 it remains with 5 minutes gone.
Velasco, academy player, versatile midfielder. Good ball in, popped directly up in the air. And off of the header. And Ryan Price gave a nice little bump there to Jordan Morrell to not allow him to get much on the header towards Jake Feener, and a goal kick now for the Tulsa Roughnecks.
Steve Miller there just having a little word with the referee, saying he thought that one of our defenders was pushed, but the referee's having none of it. Goal kick it is, and a good open game, and maybe the Roughnecks will have to watch the away side have the lion's share of possession. Certainly early on it has been that way. As you say, Pop, they like to pass the ball around.
Here's Brady Ballou with 5 goals on the season, working there along the touchline in the channel. A foul, as contact was there as both players went to the turf. Good sportsmanship there. That's Jordan Morrell. Played at Syracuse, had 21 appearances as a senior there at Syracuse. 3rd round draft pick, 57th overall, part of the Toronto Academy. This is his 11th start for the season. Fernandez will send this one forward off of the foul. And Miller will kindly let this one roll out of bounds for the Tulsa throw-in. Stephen Miller has now started 3 games in a row at right back, has taken over for Ben Brewster. Made his first start in Colorado last Wednesday. And that was the 1-0 win for the Roughnecks over the Switchbacks. Good ball to the outside. Roughnecks spray it out wide to Davern. Davern, who is on the USL Team of the Week this week for the very first time this season. Not the best ball played in, but the Roughnecks will keep possession here for a brief moment before that goes out of bounds off of the Roughnecks. That was Morrell to come over and make the play.
Ela Davern fully deserving his place on the Team of the Week. He's been a great player for the Roughnecks, both defensively and going forward. He's a big player, the Irishman, with just that 1 goal this season, but he set up many a goal for them, and his defensive tactical awareness helps in that settled back four that they've got now.
Roscoe. Henry now shielding off from midfield for the Roughnecks, has it, kept it in bounds, plays the ball up the touchline. Mata there working against Orozco. That's a poor clearance there from the keeper. Mata was almost on top of it. Good job there from Orozco to still be in position. And a dangerous play there from the Monarchs.
Yeah, you don't want to let Christian Mata sniff at the ball there, especially that close to the goal. So
boy, how about that touch there from Mata out to Cordero?
Yeah,
and then Sammy comes over. Sammy, of course, the wonderful holding forward. Cordero. Oh, nice little passing in tight spaces there from the Roughnecks has earned them a throw in. Irla Davern up to take this throw in. Has it, quickly goes to Cordero, back to Davern. Miscommunication there between Davern and Ochoa. Bond keeps this in play, looking for Ochoa. Ochoa using his strength now, Henry. Oriana plays the ball back. Ukwanu was involved. Here's Orozco one more time. Ukwanu. Oriana, did he keep that one in? He did. Now the referee's going to make the call. Points back towards the AR, and the AR's flag is up. Looked like for a moment they might let them play on. Davern with the throw in, looking for Ochoa. Henry now. Bond through midfield, out wide, finds Ballou. One touch from Brady Ballou. Mata there, bumped down inside the box as soon as he took one step inside from the 18. Referee says play on. This will be a goal kick now, but there was a lot of body and a lot of contact there against Christian Mata. We've seen Christian Mata a number of times on plays exactly like that. And in my opinion, knowing how strong that Christian is, it might take a significant body blow to knock Christian Mata off of his feet that way.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact there. The referee, as I said, was right on top of the game there, and he deemed there not to be a foul. It's one of those that kind of, you think 30% of those are given in favour of the forward, 70% for the defender. There was certainly 1-to-1. I don't know if Andy Laura has an opinion on that. Being a centre forward himself, Andy, a lot of contact with Christian Mata there. I noticed at the other end of the field from you. Did you get a view on that?
Yeah, I did. I got a good look. I felt like it wasn't a foul because he was in the box. I think they're calling that every time outside of the box, but it's hard to give a penalty when your back's to goal.
There's a great ball that's played in, and Mata just misses over the top of the crossbar. So a quick look from Christian Mata on the brilliant ball played in from the back line. Don't forget, you can visit the new USLsoccer.com website. You can get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub as we have one look here on YouTube. One touch there from Mata, turns, fires over the crossbar, and turned away are the Roughnecks.
And both of the front two, Ochoa and Mata, have got in behind the defence pop. Good signs within this first 11 minutes.
That one knocked away just in front of Ochoa. Cordero settles back to Davern. Davern now brings this one to his feet. centrally played for Bond. Bond swings it to the outside for Miller. Miller now looking, searching ball forward through the middle of the pitch, unable to link up, but Bond steps through, takes it away. Bond has it now, slides the ball in, Ballou, and the keeper comes off of his line to take that one off of the boot in front of Brady Ballou. And the Roughnecks continue to push forward here in the opening minutes inside the 12th minute, and we are still scoreless.
Chad Bond, central midfield player, the Welshman, the captain as well, just sliding the ball through. It's just a little bit too much for Brady Ballou, as it would have been. He would have been in on Fernandez in the Real goal, but remains 0-0. It's a good game, this one.
There's Miller fighting with Velasco. Good ball forward from Miller. Ballou has it now. Inside the box. Ballou's keep going, continuing on his run, and it just slides by. Ochoa could not get a touch on it. As you see Ballou there down on both knees, upset with himself, let out a scream. And as we see here on the replay, Dave Saunders, another chance here early for the Roughnecks in which they still cannot find the back of the net.
He got in behind the left back there, did everything right, pulled the ball across. It was just too much in front of Sammy Ochoa, who he loved to get on the score sheet, get his 8th of the season. The Roughnecks getting closer, and good signs again, because that's 3 of the Roughnecks now have got in behind the defence.
This will be a throw-in for the Monarchs. Morrell quickly. Possession here early on has favored the Roughnecks by far here in the opening 13 minutes.
Yeah, we thought it might be a little bit different with the Real passing game, but the Roughnecks really, as you said, Pop, have had the majority of the possession with 13 minutes gone, and they've had the best chances as well. So, as we always say, and David Irvin has said many times to us, it's all about taking your chances. So it'd be nice to get one soon.
Well, and Tulsa again continues on with their physical play, and that is something that Freddie Juarez brought up after the game on Saturday night. And here's Freddie Juarez actually talking about the physical play of the Tulsa Roughnecks after the 1-1 draw on Saturday night.
I think one of the more aggressive teams. They were physically, every confrontation was a battle. So if you weren't moving the ball quick, you better be able to hold guys off and be able to match their intensity.
And I apologize there for the overmodulation on that. We'll try to play that in just 1 second again, but that is something that Freddie had talked about throughout pretty much the entire postgame show, was the physical nature of the Roughnecks. And you start to look at the fouls, which we will break down here in a few moments. This Monarchs team, pretty physical itself. Here's Cordero, pulls back into the inside, somehow kept a foot on it, and then loses control of it in the box. Maybe should have thought about letting one go from outside, but still an opportunity from the corner of the box. Lays one back for Davern. Davern now step over. Cannot get it through Okwanu's legs. And the clearance there from the Real Monarchs.
Just on those comments, I don't think the Roughnecks are particularly any more physical than any other team I've seen. Maybe 1 or 2 teams have been less physical, but I think they're just playing the game, trying to win the ball in midfield. And, I don't think they set out to be any more physical than anybody else. That's just my personal opinion. I think they're very solid away from home, and I think that's maybe what he's alluding to more.
Price with the ball inside. Luca gets a piece of the head on it just to knock it down for a brief moment. Roughnecks can't do anything with it. Mata looks to the outside for Brady Ballou. And again, let's try to hear those comments one more time from Freddie Juarez. And again, I apologize for the overmodulation.
I think one of the more aggressive teams. They were physically, every confrontation was a battle. So if you weren't moving the ball quick, you better be able to hold guys off and be able to match their intensity.
Here's Oriana. Oriana with a good ball, drops it to the outside from the corner of the box. Played back in directly at Feener. Sunley did not get much on that one at all, as it goes directly to Jake Feener, and Feener quickly with the outlet pass, and here come the Roughnecks.
Yeah, nothing doing there from Sunley. I think the ball was slightly overhit, which produced a ball that made it wider of Feener's goal, but nothing for Jake Feener to do there. Here's Davern.
Good ball from the switching fields. Davern plays in. Cordero settles with the chest, still has it now. Back to the goal, now turns, faces up. Okwanu is out there. Henry now tries to play across, goes off the back of the head of Okwanu. And the referee wants to come over and double check here.
Got the ball in Oguanu there in the side of his head, and I think sensibly the referee just taking a little bit of time out. Has to be done these days.
Just to make sure that he's okay. Good look at Luca Cordero. Throw in, Mata. Mata trying to turn as two defenders. Boy, not a very good clearance there from the Monarchs in the first place, but now out to Welshman. Welshman turns. Sundley has that one taken away from him by Chad Bond. Vinter back to Bond. Bond has been playing extremely well in the midfield in that holding midfield position as he has the entire season. The last couple of weeks continued on. Davern ball in. Cannot find Mata. Bond. Bond dumps this one into the box, a little bit too heavy there. And we'll set up a goal kick now for the Real Monarchs in the 18th minute. Still scoreless here at ONEOK Field in downtown Tulsa.
That's why Chad Bond is such a great player for the Roughnecks, because he breaks up the attacks. And, you know, back to those comments from the coach, you know, every ball is a battle, isn't it, in the game of football? And Chad Bond is a fierce competitor, and he will try and win every single ball. If there's a 50-50, he normally comes out on top, or he certainly wants to. And he breaks up the play so well and gets the Roughnecks moving forward so well.
Here's Miller. As two players get tangled up. I believe that's Morrell and Brady Blue. The referee now is going to call Stephen Miller over as well. Wants to bring in Steve into this conversation.
I think what it was the foul was committed, then Stephen Miller just kicked the ball back,
Yes.
and it happened to be caught by the referee, shall we say. But Brady Blue protesting his innocence, saying maybe the defender got the first, you know, tug on his shirt. So anyway, free kick for the away side, and again, danger as the Roughnecks hold that line pop on the 18-yard line.
This will be Velasco. Casa Grande played at Cal State Bakersfield and also some time at Louisville. 18th start for Velasco. Waiting, has his hand up. And here we go, puts it in. And this one over the top of Vinter as he kind of shied away from it there for a brief moment. No danger for the Roughnecks as Feener now with the goal kick. 39 saves for Jake Feener. He is 5-1-2 since he has taken over as the starting goalkeeper for the Roughnecks. Now his 9th game played already on the season.
He's done very well, taking his opportunity well, and he's very solid at the back, and he made some outstanding saves during the week, didn't he, as well, to keep the home sides at bay. Here he is at home at ONEOK.
Feener will let this one casually slide by. That's a good opportunity there from the Monarchs that has gone by the wayside. Like they had a little bit more as far as numbers are concerned. You can see Feener there saying, wanting the lads to talk a little bit more amongst themselves, try to work things out.
Yeah, a lot of talk needed in the game of football, and Feener absolutely right, and at 0-0. A little bit more geeing up perhaps for the lads, but they've had their chances, and here they come again.
This is a foul. Be in favor of the Roughnecks. It's currently 88 degrees here in Tulsa. The official weather forecast for tonight's match is provided by the News on 6 meteorologist Travis Meyer. And don't forget, you can follow at USL on Twitter to become a league insider. You can join club conversations and have a chance at exclusive giveaways as Chad Bond puts this one into play. Unlucky there with the Roughnecks. Good clearance out to Welshman. Welshman now as Henry was the midfielder holding back.
And that was a late challenge on Henry. He's saying he's okay, but it was one of those late challenges. Should we bring Andy Lorai in? Andy, I'm sure as a centre forward, you've never made a tackle like that on the left or right back, have you?
Never. No, I never touched the opposition. No, it's a forwards tackle, but Henry's shaking it off pretty well.
Yeah.
Can't blame him for trying, though.
Bond's ball.
Ooh.
Dropped back from Mata. And Mata skies this one over the top of the crossbar. Cordero, both hands out. Maybe expecting a little bit more there from the referee.
Again, shove in the back. We're going to see it again on the replay. And the defender will say he just held his ground. So the referee saying no penalty.
It was a Roscoe. Mata with some high pressure here against Fernandez. Forces this ball to be played over the touchline for a throw-in. Trying to link up with Ochoa. Ballou now providing pressure. Welshman settles as Oriana. Good play there from Davern to come back to use the header to play back to Jake Feener, and Feener immediately comes to this side, and Davern's going to hold off now and make sure that Oriana's okay. Oriana's up now back towards midfield. Davern with Cordero. Cordero to the inside, Henry. Nice run and ball given back to Cordero. Leaves it back with the heel for Davern. Back to Cordero. And the assistance flag on the far side is up and offsides against Tulsa.
But good play from Davern and Cordero, linking up extremely well there. Almost like a new partnership, isn't it, on the left-hand side? Cordero getting the nod here, the number 10, Davern the number 3. Good play from them, but Cordero just offside.
There you see the numbers on YouTube. 3.3, here's a takeaway. Back to Bond. Bond off of the deflection comes to Henry. Henry slides it into the backside, and the Tulsa Roughnecks have scored. And it's Henry Mabo's first professional goal with the Tulsa Roughnecks, and it comes in the 24th minute. And just like that, Tulsa has taken the lead here at home at ONEOK Field.
Yeah, the ball came off the defender. They looked across for an offside flag. It fell to Henry, and there he was, some 8 yards out, and he just finished in the far corner past Fernandez. And with 23 minutes gone, as you say, Pop, the deadlock has been broken. Fantastic news here in ONEOK. Tulsa Roughnecks take the lead. They lead 1-0, and it's just what the doctor ordered. There's Henry with his first goal of the season. The lad's come in, central midfield player, not known for his goal scoring obviously so far, but he's a great lad. He puts in a lot of effort. And here's another chance for Sammy Ochoa.
Another chance at Ochoa, and the referee is going to give a foul here for the Roughnecks, so they're not done. Can they find another way to find the back of the net here in the early going as they lead 1-0, courtesy of the goal from Henry Mabo?
Well, 2 in a minute would be fantastic. I don't know, Pop, whether we can bring Andy in quickly before this free kick is taken. Andy, great news. Henry breaks the deadlock.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. And as you mentioned, what a finish. We haven't seen Henry go forward a lot in his still new Tulsa career, but so composed to just slot it in the corner. Almost Henry-esque, you could say.
Well done, Andy Lorai. Well done with that one, sir.
One of my all-time favorites, Thierry Henry.
Here's Cordero, has Bond there. And you guys are exactly right. Henry's just there in that midfield position to provide a little bit more bite. Sometimes they were giving him a hard time about some of his shots. Here's Cordero. Cordero with the set piece, comes off of the wall and over the top of the bar, and a corner now coming up for the Roughnecks, as you will see here on the replay one more time. And by the way, this corner now will be the 125th corner of the season for the Roughnecks. The only team that is ahead of them is Louisville, and we will see Louisville in town on Saturday. Played in, slides past the keeper. Miller came up. They're calling for a handball there inside the box. Referee's pointing towards the opposite corner.
And the referee is pointed to his chest as well, saying the defender chested the ball away. Be interesting to see the replay. It's going to be a corner on the other side. Davern comes across to the left-hand side. We haven't seen a replay yet, but the referee, to be fair to him, was right on the spot and pointed straight to his chest, saying there was no handball in the box. Here's the corner.
Davern will play this. Here it comes in towards the front post. And they will mark the goal kick off.
Great pressure from the Roughnecks. They score the goal with Henry, and then they wanted a second. There was the free kick, and then the 2 corners. Really good flurry of activity.
Here's
there.
the replay we were looking for. It's kind of turned there at a poor angle for us to see. Roughnecks were adamant about that. Feener now on the opposite end. Sends all the way forward. Bond with a simple touch to the outside for Ballou. Ballou working against Morrell. Morrell uses the shoulder against Brady Ballou. Has it for the throw-in.
We love people listening in to our program, of course, but if you have still not come down to ONEOK this season, maybe Saturday is the day, Pop, because as you said, we're going to see a feast of corners from these two teams, and Louisville coming in from Kentucky. That is going to be some night, folks. So if you can't get down to ONEOK, listen to us. We would love to provide you with the commentary and hopefully a well-earned win for the Roughnecks. But if you haven't been here, please get down here. These guys do a wonderful job here setting this field up, and a great team here for the Tulsa Roughnecks at ONEOK.
There's a Roscoe. Oriana through the center circle. Played in back through midfield. It was Welshman trying to dribble through traffic, unable to do so. Now back to Fernandez. Fernandez, Phoenix FC, homegrown player for the Real Monarchs. Guadalajara.
Steve Miller trying to head the ball back to Jake Feener there, but came off the side of his head, didn't get enough on it. So a corner to the away side and some defending for the lads to do here. Everybody back apart from Christian Maddy, who stays up on the halfway line, but the Roughnecks still with this 1-0 lead as we come up to the 28-minute mark. Gone.
Would be Velasco, who has 1 goal, 3 assists on the season.
Referee's going to do the customary thing that a referee has to do in every game of football now, which is to sort out a bit of pulling and pushing, and everybody wants to hold their ground. Happens in every game, Pop, doesn't it?
That's Celestino, who is down there. Kind of mixed it up a little bit with Davern. Now it's Bond's responsibility. Here's the in-swinger in. Bond directly in front. Miller gets ahead on to clear this out. Here comes Brady Ballou. Look at the pace from Brady as he gets past midfield, touches it past the would-be defender here to the outside. Ballou now catches back up with it, will pull this one back. Has Davern now making the overlapping run. He will keep it himself, played in towards the back post as it went through the entire defense. Ochoa wasn't continuing on with his run there. I bet he was a bit surprised the ball even actually made it all the way through. And the Monarchs now with the goal kick.
Andy Loray, is Brady Ballou one of the quickest members of the squad?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've been seeing it day in and day out. And just a really good one-on-one player. I think that's what sets him apart, is not only his speed and his first step, but it's also he's just got a kind of the innate sense to dribble and take people on. So the whole package really makes him a very fast player, soccer fast.
Speaking of speedy players, you saw there Welshman, who had an opportunity, who scored last week, or excuse me, on Wednesday of last week. It was actually last Saturday. I get the last 2 home games confused. There's a great ball that's put in over the top, and it's in, and Real Monarchs have scored. It's Oriana, and they have made things level here in the 30th minute with a great goal from the man outside from El Salvador. And that is goal number 2 on the season for Oriana.
Beautiful ball over the top of the defense. It was a one-on-one between Oriana and Kyle Venter. I thought Venter had done just enough. We'll get Andy's view on that. I thought he shrugged him off just enough, but he just got in behind him, got a half a yard in behind Venter, and a wonderful finish. Nothing Jake Feener could do, and we'll bring Andy in a minute, but it squares the game up at 1-1, and it's some game this one as Stephen Miller has committed a foul.
That's another great goal that we've seen here at ONEOK Field, scored by the opponents. And you're exactly right, Dave Saunders. There is not much that Jake Feener could do about that one at all. Andy Loray, that was right there in front of you, just a great finish.
Yeah, it was, and it was really a fantastic ball. It takes that little hop, and it just made it hard for Kyle because the forward's on at a dead sprint and able to bump him just enough. And yeah, that was tip your cap. Great goal.
And offsides for the Real Monarchs as Velasco was caught on the far sideline.
Are we the victims of having some great goals scored against us, Pop? It seems every time we're here at ONEOK, the opponents... Oh, I mean, we've scored some great goals, don't get me wrong, but we do seem to be on the receiving end of some great shots.
No, you're exactly right. Seemed like that has been the case many times this season at ONEOK Field. Jeremy Poplin, David Saunders, Andy Lorai with you inside the Bank of Oklahoma broadcast booth here at ONEOK Field. Bank of Oklahoma is proud to support the return of outdoor professional soccer to the city of Tulsa. Here's another corner for Tulsa. Played in there towards the area. The header, and it's in the back of the net, and a goal. That's Luca Cordero, who has scored for the Tulsa Roughnecks, and the counter happens in the 32nd minute, so just 2 minutes later, and look at Luca dance with Davern.
Yep, the Irish jig comes out again from Dav. Beautiful corner swung in there, and there was Cordero unmarked, 6 yards out, header, goal, 2-1. And this game, you just feel, has got more goals in it, and it's here for the taking. The Roughnecks are doing what has happened to them so often, Pop, in that they score and then they concede. Well, it's happened the other way around, and it's good for the Roughnecks. They come back, they were 1-0 up, 1-1, and now they're 2-1 ahead. Let's hope they can keep that way.
4th goal of the season for Lucas Cordero, who played his soccer collegiately here in the state of Oklahoma up in Bartlesville at Wesleyan. And he has put the Roughnecks back in front here in the 32nd minute.
And I wonder, and I'm not expecting you to give me an answer, Pop, but I wonder if that's Cordero's first goal of his 4 with his head. Because he's such a skillful player on the ground. But that's another string to his bow. Beautiful header there, right onto his head. Great corner swung in, though.
It is the first goal used by his head this season. I know that one off the top of my head.
You are amazing. I'm telling you.
Well, you're the first person this week to tell me that, Dave Saunders, so thank you very much.
I can see
You're
that.
not the first person this year, but you're the first person this week to tell me that. Here's another good look. A ball played in over the top. Oriana has it in front of Vinter. Skillful is he on the ball. Continuing. Nice pull back. Comes back in. Referee says play on. Looking for contact in the call. Davern, nice, easy ball up the touchline for Cordero. Mata now trying to turn against 2 defenders. Has it, somehow squirts out of there. Unfortunately, cannot keep the touch on it. And Davern will let this one trickle across the byline for a corner kick, as Feener now will have an opportunity to play forward for the Roughnecks. Nike is a proud partner of the USL. You can follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information. There's a good look at the roustabouts. As you can see, Mason the capo there leading the chants here this evening. Let me tell you something about Mason. Mason and his family made a 9.5-hour drive to Colorado Springs to support the Roughnecks last Wednesday night. That is dedication.
I think I was just about to say that is dedication. Well done to him and his family.
That ball was trying to go forward for Welshman. Can't fit it in. Vinter to the outside for Davern. Davern, ball forward. Poor clearance there to the chest of Ochoa. Plays to Mata. Mata is offsides. So bring this one back. One more call and an offsides for the Roughnecks. That is either their, I believe, their 2nd or 3rd of this game. They came in leading the league in offsides at 3.3 per game. The next closest team to them is Sacramento, 3.24 per game. And that kind of goes against what Coach Juarez was saying from the Monarchs after the game. He was talking about the counterattack that, you know, really caused some issues here in Tulsa just as far as the statements are concerned. Some of those were irritated with it. Good ball there from Ochoa to find Ballou. Ballou does enough to just settle it. Great ball played back in, and Miller, unlucky there for Miller as it goes skyward. But his comments from Juarez talking about the counterattack, and he said his quote was, counterattack soccer is a lot easier, and you have 60 yards of space in behind, so any ball behind is a threat, which is unfortunate. We all choose the same pool of players, and it's just the style of play that is preferred. Because we are in development, we need to help out in this country and try to develop better players. And I don't think it was necessarily a direct attack on necessarily Tulsa. I think it was more of a statement as to the overall play inside the league, especially in the Western Conference. But Coach Irving did kind of take those comments to heart a little bit. And one thing that he told us in the pregame was, hey, we must be the best counterattacking team in the world because we're number one in offsides, we're number one in corners, we're number one in shots, and we've scored the third most goals in the league. So that's why David Irving had a little bit of problem with the comments that you saw just about counterattacking soccer.
And David has got this Roughnecks team playing so well. He's not afraid to change the formation. We always smile when he says 4-4-2. Although, Pop, to be honest, tonight it is a 4-4-2. But, you know, he's not afraid to change that. He is a good coach, and he's a canny coach, and he knows when they're going to counterattack. He knows when they'll dictate the play. I think enough said. David Irving knows what he's doing, and this Roughnecks team go from strength to strength.
Well, and the funny thing is, the two teams that went in to play at Rio Tinto that did not try to play counterattacking football, they got beat. Yeah. And that was one of David Irving's other points. You know, the 2 wins on the season for Real Monarchs were teams that did not try to counter, and they ended up paying the price for it. And also it's about setting. The Roughnecks had played on a Wednesday night in Colorado at Elevation. Yeah. They come back in on Saturday and play another game at Elevation. Here's Welshman, who gets in behind. The assistant's flag is up. Vinter does have his hands full with Welshman, who is one of the fastest players in all of USL.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Because they're pretty quick up there, the lads, and up front for Real, and they've had a couple of good balls knocked over the top, and they've dealt with it pretty well, have Ryan Price and Venter. I was looking at the minutes played, Pop, and I see that the central pairing tonight for the Roughnecks have played the most minutes out of the whole squad. So they must know each other's games inside out now.
Ball played skyward. Henry uses the head to bring this down to Davern. Davern now touches to the outside towards the touchline. Cuts back now. Working against. Has that one touched away from him. Oriana plays centrally. To the outside. Here comes Real Monarchs. Miller touch to the outside. Ball across the mouth of the box. Oriana now tracks this one down, tries to cut it back to the inside. Sunley was the closest player there. Not a very good clearance by the Roughnecks. Play to the outside. Here's a shot that goes screaming over the top of the crossbar from the outside. Okwanu decided to have a go from way outside, and the Roughnecks survive this attempt from the Monarchs.
That was a rare sight. It was Dav giving the ball away, and he just almost lazily, and I don't mean that in a negative sense, played the ball out of the box, and it was just in front of Kadiro, and it allowed the lad to have a shot on goal. But they're defending pretty well, and we've got 6 minutes to go to half-time. And Andy Laurie, I mean, if you're Coach Irvin sat there now, okay, we've conceded a very good goal, but you would say the Roughnecks have had the more attacking sense in this game tonight so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny, kind of just piggybacking on those comments again. Their goal comes on a counterattack, a great ball over the top, and it was, but certainly a counterattack goal, and we've really taken play to them. So I'm sure Coach will be very pleased, and yeah, I mean, we just keep going.
Here's a throw-in. Vinter sends the long ball forward. Foul against Ochoa, a little bump, a little extracurricular there after. Little shot there taken at Sammy. Sammy will do that to you. Andy Laurie will be the first one to admit that. That was Kavita. Took a little swipe there at Sammy. He had earned the foul.
I think the great thing for me about the Roughnecks, if you look at the setup tonight, and obviously it's become almost a permanent setup. You look at that solid four. What you've got is you've got Henry and Chad in the midfield, and then behind them are Venter and Price. And that to me is a solid four. And what it allows is the left and right back, which is Davern and Miller respectively, to get forward knowing that you've got that solid four defensively. So it's really well set up to attack and defend. Again, a masterstroke from David Irvin.
Foul on Chad Bond. Quickly they go. Here's Arnone. Has that one taken away. Touch to Sammy. Oh, Mata just fell down. Slams the turf with both hands.
I think the referee played advantage there because Chad Bond was taken out. But good advantage played by the referee. And in the end, Atoa just couldn't find Christian Mutter, but Roughnecks playing really well offensively, and now they're defending well in those 2 lines of 4.
Ball play to the outside. Okwanu has it, turns, faces up. Drops it back, and a giveaway. Cordero has it. Quickly, you can become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Cordero now, ball still on his foot. Taken off of the ball there. Play on, says the referee. Monarchs attacking now through midfield. Here's Welshman. Welshman has plenty of pace. Has Oriana to the inside. Now elects to go to the opposite way. Swings it to the outside towards the corner of the 18-yard box. Miller working. Turns to the inside. That one, Feener got a touch on it to knock it away. Davrin has plenty of space in front of him now near the touchline. And looking for the long ball forward.
Sign of a good goalkeeper there. He's been beaten once tonight, couldn't do anything about it, but he remains alert, active, good save diving away to his left, and managed to push it away from any oncoming attackers as well. So it remains 2-1 with 3 minutes to go. Good half so far for the Roughnecks. Can they just finish it off and go in for their half-time talk from David Irvin ahead in this game?
Kavita plays forward near midfield now. Morel. Go the opposite direction now. Orozco. Trying to find Morel, who was running along the touchline. Cut to the inside. Header back to Feener. By the way, Feener wanted to make clear after last week's game that he did get a piece on the one towards the end of the game that ended up going over the top of the crossbar.
He certainly did. I watched it back, and he got a good finger on that one, and if he hadn't of, it would have been a goal.
There's not much on that one from Mata, as Fernandez has it.
They're very quick goalkeepers, aren't they, to tell you that as well. But fair play to them. I mean, it's not the easiest
position. A part of that, and I know Feener's dad is listening in tonight as well. Part of that was his dad as well, making sure to spread the message that Jake did get a piece, did get a finger on it.
Yeah, yeah. Get anything on it to save it.
I want to say hi to Jake's dad. In one of the games that he could not get the feed to work, actually tuned into one of our broadcasts on the radio side.
Which gives us a little plug-in, like we always say. If you want to tweet us, Dave Saunders 63, and Pop will give you his Twitter address. No, what is it? I forgot what it's called. Anyway, if you want to get in contact, tell us where you're listening to this broadcast from. I know we've got people listening over in Wales and England. Where else are you listening? And if you are a Real fan, get in contact. Pop, what's your Twitter handle?
You can just search Pop on Twitter, and it'll be the first one that pops up. Jeremy Poplin on Twitter.
It is called a Twitter handle, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Gosh, all this modern technology these days. No, well done to Feener, and welcome to his dad listening in. And it's great to have people along.
45th minute, waiting to see how much stoppage time will be added. Roughnecks leading 2-1 here at ONEOK Field.
Good battle developing up there.
Absolutely.
With Sami Ochoa. He'll love that, won't he? I mean,
oh, yes, he loves. And Kavita is not one to shy away from any type of contact. Celestino there wins. Here's Oriana, who has a goal tonight.
I don't mind that in a game of football. You see the centre-back and the centre-forward going up against each other, but as my old friend back in England, Jimmy Giles, who was an uncompromising centre-back in the lower leagues in England, used to say, as long as you can shake hands at the end of the game, it's been a good battle.
There will
1 minute to be added, Pop.
Celestino plays back. Have to go all the way back to Fernandez. Looking for Welshman on the run. Referee's assistant's flag is up. Offsides there on Welshman. And I thought that we would only have 1 minute of stoppage time.
You're not often wrong with that, Pop. You know.
But I didn't say anything, so it technically doesn't count.
Yeah, 1 minute. It's been a good game. I mean, I think the referee's done well. I think both teams have done well. It's an offside here. Feener coming out of his goal, and the Roughnecks will be pleased if they do get in 2-1 ahead with their half-time work, their first half work. Only thing they've conceded was a brilliant goal that no keeper would have stopped.
Miller settled, tried to play over the top. Mata was offsides. And that will do it for the first half. The Roughnecks will head to the locker room with a 2-1 lead at halftime here at ONEOK Field on the first goal in a Tulsa Roughneck uniform from Henry Mabo that we saw early on. And then Luca Cordero back on the board with his fourth goal that came in the 30th minute, or excuse me, 32nd minute for Tulsa. So the 24th for Henry and the 32nd for Lucas. And Oriana was able to strike for the Real Monarchs in the 30th minute, and that gives us our score of 2-1 at halftime. We will go down on the field here in one moment with Andy Lorai, who will catch up with David Irving, who is making his way off of the pitch here to a nice round of applause.
Pop, just jumping in there, just watching Sammy Ochoa walk off the pitch there with the lad at the back there, and they were just still having a little sparring match there, so we'll look out for that one in the second half.
Wouldn't expect anything less from Sammy Ochoa. There's the road to the playoffs, Louisville City, here at home on Saturday. And let's get ready to go down on the field to Andy, who's with the head coach, David Irving. Andy?
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Irving. Coach, what do you think of first half?
Well, we had some chances, didn't we? You know, Sammy had a great chance early on, and then we had another chance there that we could have. Brady knocked at the far post, and then we scored two, and then we let a diabolical goal in again. You know, so we got it all to do. I'm sure they're going to come out for the first 10, 15 minutes. So we got to be ready for that. But we need to score a couple more goals because we'll probably let a couple more in the way things are going. You know, just a straight run, a straight ball causing us problems.
Absolutely. Doesn't seem like we're doing a whole lot of counterattacking out there.
Well, you know, I don't want to get into that mess. You know, let's see after the game, and then we'll see what the counterattack.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you, Andy Lorai. And those were the comments of head coach David Irving. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll run down the first half statistics and let you hear how those goals sounded in the first half as well. This will be the Court Furniture halftime show. Coming up next, Court Furniture has played a key role in making the Roughnecks players feel at home in Tulsa. Court Furniture, there when you need it and gone when you don't. Back after this on...
Become a fan of the USL on Facebook and follow on Twitter for league news, interactive content, and have a chance to win exclusive giveaways. And remember that all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in high definition on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Fans, it's now time for the Bank of Oklahoma Kick for Cash. Justin, who are tonight's contestants?
All right, Kirk, down with me here tonight. In the red, I have Joe, and in the blue, I have Eric. These guys have 30 seconds, 5 soccer balls. Whoever finishes first with the most goals scored is going to win $50 courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Then they're going to have one chance for the big money kick for an additional $100 or $200. Gentlemen, are you guys ready? All right, looks like they're ready. On your mark, get set, go! Here we go. The first one is off, and it looks like Joe has got one. Eric's gone a little wide on the first two. We got 2 over here for Joe. Joe's got 3. Eric went a little wide on number 4. Let's see, we're looking good. We got 3 over here for Joe. Eric has got 1. All right, here we go. Here, keep going. The last one with 9 seconds to go. All right, it looks like Joe made 4 out of 5. Joe, come over here with me, buddy. Come over here with me. All right, guys, let's get one ball back over here. One of those red ones. Kick one of those over this way. Let's get that red ball over here. Let's see what we got. All right, Joe, where you at over here? Come on, Joe. All right, Joe, right over here. All right, so what we are going to do now, I thought I lost you for a second over there. All right, 4 out of 5. That's pretty good. You a soccer player?
No, never have.
All right. Well, Joe, now we got a chance. You have one ball right here. You can go for an additional $100 if you scored in the big goal, or do you want to go for the smaller goal for a chance for $200 additional dollars? What do you think?
Small goal.
He's going with the small goal. All right, guys, let's put that in there. He's going for 200. Come on, Roughnecks Nation. Let's hear it for him here. All right, Joe, here we go. Whenever you are ready, the big kick for an additional $200 cash. Come on, Roughnecks Nation, let's hear it for him. He's lined up, and the kick, and it's off. It's looking good, and it's tracking just a little left. Let's give it up for Joe and Eric. Great job here, guys. You're going home with $50, courtesy of the Bank of Oklahoma. Long live your money, and the Bank of Oklahoma, kick for cash.
Fans, check out the video board for tonight's halftime stats. Visit the new USLsoccer.com. Get the latest news and live stats, and check out the new social media hub. The Tulsa Roughnecks wish a happy 9th birthday to Reeve and welcome all the groups attending tonight's match. Thank you all for coming out this evening for Roughnecks Soccer. Now, once again, here's Justin on the field with details of the Roughnecks' upcoming home matches.
All right, thanks so much, Kirk. That's right, Roughnecks fans. We got a lot going on. And don't forget, like we said, Charlie Mitchell and Victor Moreland are signing autographs in the Arvis Plaza. 2 Roughnecks legends. Go over there and say hello. Get their autographs. These guys are fantastic. We're proud to have them be a part of the Roughnecks family. And don't forget, after the match tonight, our Roughnecks guys, the guys on the field, will be coming around saying hello and signing autographs. So come down to the bottom of your sections and say hello and meet these guys. And don't forget about the official after party over at the Fur Shop tonight. We want to see you guys over there. Bring your ticket stuff, and the first Coors Original is on the house. Then we are back again on Saturday, a big match. Make sure you guys come on out. Louisville FC is coming into town. We are going to play them right here. Every match matters now. So make sure you guys come on out and support our Roughnecks. Plus, we're going to have a post-match fireworks show. If you guys have seen that fireworks show lighting up the downtown skyline, you guys are in for a treat. So make sure you come on out and support the Roughnecks for that match. Then the Roughnecks go on the road for a little bit. The Drillers come back in town for a homestand from the 16th through the 23rd. 2 back-to-back fireworks shows, a Thirsty Thursday, $2 Tuesday, Bark in the Park, all sorts of fun. Make sure you guys check out TulsaDrillers.com for more information on that. Then the last regular season home match for the Roughnecks is on Sunday the 9th, September 6th, 9-6. So come on out for that final home match. We got the energy coming in town, and that is going to be crucial. So make sure that you guys get your tickets for that. Plus, there's going to be another post-match fireworks show, so that is going to be awesome. Our Roughnecks played hard during that first half. I want you guys to keep it going and cheer them this entire second half.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. Fans' concessions will stop serving alcohol at the 80th minute of tonight's match. Please plan accordingly, and thank you for your cooperation. The Roughnecks once again thank News on 6 and 106.9 K-Hits for sponsoring tonight's match. The Tulsa Roughnecks are proud to have these fine sponsors helping us put on tonight's match. Thanks again to News on 6 and 106.9 K-Hits. Roughnecks fans, get on your feet and get loud. It's time for the Mark Miller Buick GMC t-shirt toss.
That's right, Roughnecks Nation. Let's hear you guys. Come on, who wants a t-shirt here? Come on, keep it going. Come on, let's paint Tulsa orange one t-shirt at a time here. Let's hear you guys. Come on, keep it going. Oh, I know you guys get louder than that. I've been hearing you guys all night long. Go on. Come on, keep going here. Come on, what about back over here in the family stand? Let's hear you guys. Sounding good right now. Come on, keep it going. That was to absolutely no one. We got some more. Keep it going. Couple more here, couple more. Let's hear you, Roughnecks Nation. I got one left. Who wants it? I don't know. This is going to be tough. Come on, who wants it here? These guys are sounding good right over here. That t-shirt toss was brought to you by our friends over at Mark Miller Buick GMC. Be sure to visit them for all your new and used car needs.
they played all season. It was a game plan in high altitude. Only one other team, Pop, I think you said, had beaten Colorado before the Roughnecks. The Roughnecks go there, they score a goal, they win ugly, if you like. I think Chad Bond even said those words, they won ugly. Who cares? They got 3 points, and that's a really great thing that they came back with. Okay, a 1-1 draw at Real, 4 points to those last 2 games. It's going to be like going and playing in a golf tournament. You've finished your 18 holes, you're sat in the clubhouse, and you've got to wait and see what the other teams do, because I think you've made a point again, Pop, before, that I think the Roughnecks finish on September the 6th, isn't it, against OKC, and then they have to sit there in the clubhouse for 2 weeks while the others finish off. It's going to be a nerve-wracking 2 weeks, my friend.
Yes, it absolutely will be.
But all they can do is play every game like a playoff game, as David's made the point tonight already.
Absolutely. As we get set for the start of the second half, there's a good look at the goal score. Henry Mabo, and the leading scorer for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Can't miss Sammy in the pink boots. 7 goals on the season for Sammy Ochoa. Christian Mata there as well. It's another gorgeous night here at ONEOK Field in downtown Tulsa. Jeremy Poplin, David Saunders with you. Andy Lorai, Roughnecks forward. Down on the field level, joining the broadcast. And we are underway. And a quick opportunity for the Roughnecks as Brady Ballou cannot catch up with the long ball here in the early going. And Real Monarchs SLC will go quickly here off of the goal kick.
And Pop, one thing we can say for sure, because it's all ifs and buts and predictions. I'll let you carry on.
Wow, Welshman just came out of nowhere, and that was exactly what we have talked about, that speed. As Freddie Juarez has said time and time again, he feels like that he is the fastest player in the USL.
I haven't seen a lot quicker than him, I have to admit. He's very, very quick. Just to say my point, it's going to be really great fun, guys. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be a great end to this season. 4 games to go after this one.
Here's the corner as we are underway. Sammy Ochoa with the clearance. Davrin now. This one sails over the touchline for a throw in now to the far side. So Real Monarchs.
I think we're stunned because there seems to be a band playing somewhere. We can't quite see where the band are, Pop.
That is Oklahoma that is being played.
Yeah. I thought it was a live band as we looked around. I think everybody was looking around.
Here's Morel. Morel finds Oriana. Oriana tries to cut to the inside. Good job there by Henry to not allow Oriana to cut to the inside.
Good crowd in for Thursday night. I'm sure there'll be a few more here on Saturday. But again, ONEOK, here it is with professional soccer back.
Service in from the corner to the far post. Got a piece of it. No danger, though, for Fiener. And I apologize before, that was Arnone, not Oriana. Fiener now with the goal kick for Tulsa here in the early going of the second half.
And that was Morel, the left back, the number 15 up there for the corner. And he had his head in his hands because he should have done better with that header. But it remains 2-1.
See the stat there. Real Monarchs SLC have scored more than 1 goal only 4 times this entire season. So the odds are in favor of the Roughnecks here at home at ONEOK. This ball will be settled there by Morel. And they'll catch Ryan Price. I thought Ryan might get away with one there for a brief moment, but the referee was able to catch it. Unlucky there is Ryan.
Kept his arm close to his body, but it just skidded off the turf and hit him on the right arm.
He tried to sell it as best as he could. Morel catches it, cuts back towards the byline, still on his foot, and then off of it. Lucky there are the Roughnecks that Morel could not keep that one in the field of play.
Kyle Venter and Ryan Price have really got their hands full with the pace of the attackers for Real. And Ryan Price there, Kyle Venter kicking the goal because he knew he got turned, but the lad just ran out of pitch, as we say, and went for a goal kick.
Sunley goes the opposite direction. Save there is Velasco. Velasco now has Miller. Good job from Stephen Miller to stay in front of Velasco. Continuing to fight back, still has the ball on his foot. Turns, plays it off of Stephen Miller. And now a corner coming up for the Real Monarchs SLC.
And we've barely played 4 minutes of this second half, and Real, this is their third corner of the half. So they've got their intentions here out early in this second half. They're 2-1 down. They've got to come out and play. David Evans said that to Andy Laura as he walked off the field to go in for his half-time cup of tea. Here's another corner from the left-hand side.
One more time. Played in. Feener comes out, punches it away. Ballou fighting. Mata almost had it. Now Ochoa. Ochoa brings it up. Up past midfield. Dumps it off now. Could not slip it in over the top. Trying to link up with Christian Mata. But Henry comes away to knock it forward from Mata. And Henry, as he was stumbling, just lost his feet there and gets tangled up. Here's a foul in the midfield area. Referee wants to call Henry over for a moment just to say no more of that. And we'll catch the replay here on YouTube of the corner and watch Feener get a piece of this one.
Yep, Henry there slamming the turf there. He knew that he'd A, lost the ball, and then B, fouled the player. Referee just gave him a talking to. Very respectfully listened to by Henry. Still predominantly speaks French, I think. Is that right?
Kavita plays to Jordan Morel. London native is Jordan Morel. Played his college soccer at Syracuse.
And should have scored a few moments ago with a header up from the corner, as I said. But alas, it's 2-1. Here's Davron, another attack for the Roughnecks.
Cordero plays the easy ball back, finds Vinter. Vinter turns, looks, has Ballou here to the outside. Ballou brings it down with the chest. Plays the ball in. Mata with a touch. Oh, and it squirts off the side of Mata's foot.
Andy Laurai. What a great run from Mata. Great cross from Ballou. We'll come to Andy in a minute because the Roughnecks are still on the attack here.
Roscoe plays forward. The Roughnecks able to take away possession here? No. And here comes more buildup now from Real Monarchs. Touch to the outside. Welshman now turns. Overlapping run there to the outside.
Well, it shows what kind of a game it is. We can't bring Andy Laurai in at the moment because it's just end to end. But maybe we'll just see if the Monarchs can get an attack going here or they slowed it down. But I was just going to say to Andy, perfect ball in from Brady Ballou. And Mata did everything right, Andy, with his run, didn't he?
Yeah, no, really good understanding between these two. Christian peels off to the back post. The ball just seemed to take a little pop just at the wrong moment. Yeah, good coordination, good to see.
Settled down by Velasco. Velasco now has some space, fires. Feener has it easily. And Velasco wishes he had maybe one more opportunity on that one to try to challenge Jake Feener a bit more. But the keeper from Tulsa has one more save to his credit. And with the long punt forward now for Luca. Luca settles. Nice back heel there. Finds Davron. Davron plays in. This one over the top. Too deep there from Dav.
Too deep from Dav there as he got down the left-hand side. There's more goals in this game. It seems to be end-to-end. And I tell you, someone who hasn't touched the ball for the Roughnecks in this first 7 minutes in this second half is Chad Bond. There's a foul there on Davron. Chad's not had a touch the ball. He's going to take this free kick now, Pop, I think. But he's not had a touch the ball. It's just bypassed the midfield so far in the second half.
And Chad goes quickly.
That's an easy foul given away.
And you got to come up and challenge Sammy like that. Bad spot, though, for foul. You can follow at USL on Twitter. It's a great Twitter feed from the league. You can become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways. Follow at USL on Twitter.
Yeah, Sammy does that well, doesn't he? He just holds his ground and invites the challenge from behind. And that was an easy one for the referee. And I think the referee's done a really good job in this game so far. He's clearly up with play. As I said, he was sprinting around the field before the game. He's done a really good job. Roughnecks have a free kick here.
Luca Cordero.
Luca, yeah. And there's only one player going to take this, and it's Luca.
Four-man wall. Luca steps in, fires. Oh, tries to test that near post. And Fernandez makes the play. And a corner now coming up for the Roughnecks.
Wonderful free kick there. Curled it there, Luca, towards the top right-hand side. And Fernandez flung himself across to his right, turned the ball away for the corner. And it's Chad Bond.
Bond. That's a low line drive. Comes in hot towards the front post. Referee points back towards the corner one more time now for Tulsa. Davern will set. And Bond will put in play. Here it comes in. That's an easy header. Quickly, the Roughnecks come back. Mata, the ball to the opposite side. Mistimed it there. Morel came flying in. It comes off of him. Just that little touch there from Morel. Mata was trying to set himself up with the volley.
We talked about Jake Feeney getting a touch on a save at Real. Just sometimes a touch can take the ball away from someone, and that was an important touch from Morel there, taking it away from Mata. Here's the corner.
Bond will set for Davern. Davern for Ballou. It comes back to a perfect spot, and a shot put in. Fernandez has it.
Kyle Venter with a shot there. He peeled away. It was a different corner taken by the Roughnecks. Obviously, they've worked on that in training and hit a defender. And well done to the keeper who got down well to save there. Good strike from Kyle Venter. Great pressure from the Roughnecks, Pop. They've weathered a little bit of a storm here. They've been playing 10 minutes in the second half. They still lead 2-1. And now I think it's Brady Ballou, is it? Lucas Scudero being taken to referee there.
And a good bit of refereeing here. Not quick to pull the card out of the pocket. Good ball in for Ochoa.
Again, peeled away, did everything right. Great ball in from Davern again, swinging in that left-footed cross. And there was Sammy Ochoa just got up there and looped the header wide. Goal kick. High pressure from the Roughnecks.
Continuing to build here in the second half. Like to thank all of you watching in on YouTube. Don't forget, all USL regular season and playoff games are available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Miller triples to the inside. Mata now steps in front of Celestino. Unfortunate there is Mata. Ballou steps in front, takes away. Nice ball from Ballou. It's Mata, who comes flying out of nowhere in the middle of the field. Tracks this one down. We'll play back to Lucas Cordero. Cordero step over. Henry. Central ball play for Chad Bond. Bond, nice ball there. Good 1-2 and a give and goes. Now to the outside to Miller. Miller plays it in. An easy ball that's there and a goal. What a beautiful buildup from the Tulsa Roughnecks. And Christian Mata has scored one more time. Make it number 4 on the season from the Tulsa Union player.
And make it one of the best team goals that I have seen, certainly at ONEOK this season. That involved 4 or 5 Roughneck players. It was an unselfish ball from Ballou. The ball was played in from Stephen Miller, and there was Christian Mata doing what he does best, poaching inside the 6-yard box in front of the roustabouts. He loves scoring at this end of the field. He can't stop celebrating. And Andy Lorai, 3-1, daylight between the two teams, but what a fantastic team goal.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. 5 players touched the ball there in a quick second. And Mata with just a classic forwards goal. Hanging out on that back post and making a living. Brilliant goal.
Well, he nearly did it, Pop, a few minutes ago, didn't he, when he pulled off? But it just went, eluded him. But this time he just made the run, and it was tapping the ball in, and he gets the celebration with the roustabouts.
3-1 now, Roughnecks. 4th goal of the season for Mata as we're in the 58th minute.
Well, we said it's a must-win game at half-time. Well, we said it before the game and at half-time. Brady Ballou's committed the foul there. And the Roughnecks now can just break things up. Who's to say there won't be more goals for them tonight? But just keep the back door shut now is all I would say. Isn't this great? This is such a great season, and the Roughnecks have really cranked it up as the season's gone on. They've got a difficult run in, of course, we know that. But as I said, they do not fear anyone, and the win just keeps that. We've talked about that word momentum, Pop, and this will give them the momentum if they can win this game tonight to go against Louisville on Saturday.
Well, just to give you an idea of how good of a season that this has been for the expansion franchise, the Tulsa Roughnecks, you know, we obviously have our friends down the turnpike at Oklahoma City with the energy. And we'll get back to that in a second, as here's a counter now as Velasco directly through the center of the field. And this will be a goal kick for Tulsa. Last season in the 28-game schedule for the first season ever for the Energy, they had 9 wins total in the season. Tulsa already has 9 wins and on the verge of going to win number 10 this season. So just to keep things in perspective, I know that the expansion side for Sacramento went on to win the championship last year. But with this league, with as many teams that are in this league now and this schedule, especially considering the travel that this franchise has had to go through in year number 1, being located here centrally in the United States, this has been so much fun, and bravo to them for even being in this position considering the start that they had.
Wonderful. As I said, and we can predict all we like, and, you know, great computer programs and so on. A really good job that gentleman's done. But at the end of the day, it's 11v11 on the field, and you have to go out and win each game. As David Irvin has said, they're all cup finals, they're all playoff games now, and you take each game as it comes. They just need to concentrate on this next 30 minutes, get 3 points here tonight, and then we'll look at Saturday. Pop, and you and I and Andy will be back here, as I'm sure people will pack into ONEOK Field to see the Roughnecks play. Well, there's only 2 more home games, isn't there, after this one tonight?
Yeah, incredibly, only 2 games remaining. By the way, the sub.
Sorry.
No, you're good. The sub, by the way, for the Monarchs, and quickly a first touch there as a sub was brought on. That's Eti Tavares. As just a poor touch there from him to come on. Missed opportunity. He subbed in for Oriana, who had the goal here this evening. His goal came in the 30th minute. So the West African native played his collegiate ball at Arizona Western, part of the tremendous RSL Academy. And when you start to look through their academy, another good ball in is Mata having a fight between 2 defenders. Still fighting for it, unlucky there. Celestino touched it towards Sunley. Ooh. 2 players ran into each other. That's Davern, who hops up immediately. Tavares now receives it near the touchline. Fighting there on the outside against Cordero. And now the Roughnecks will have a free kick in their favor. And we will have our first card of the night. That is issued to Davern. And unfortunately now for Davern, that is card number 5 for Irla Davern. So Davern was on the discipline report, and Davern will now have to miss the next game for the Tulsa Roughnecks. You can follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter. Nike's a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike Soccer information.
Dav will be a big miss. Is it straight away on Saturday, is it, that he misses?
Believe so.
And he will be a big miss. It is only 1 game, but it just gives an opportunity for someone else to come in.
Here's Welshman. Gives to the outside. Run through the corner of the box. Drops it back now for Velasco. Velasco turns, fires at Feener. Feener is quickly there near the front post to deny Real Monarchs SLC one more time. Another big save from Jake Feener.
Great save, big save, as you say. That is, because at 3-1, you want to keep the back door shut, as we've said. And here come the Roughnecks again, Pop.
Sammy Ochoa on the ball. Dumps it to the outside. Davern. Davern there trying to go around the defender. The ball thought it was going to go over the byline. Davern continued on with the run to save it. Cordero had that one come to him inside the box, and he just skies it over the top of the bar.
Yeah, unlucky there. Good work from Dav. He would not give that one up, and in the end, the ball fell to Cordero, and he hit it over the top. There's going to be another substitution, which Pop will tell you about for Real in a minute. I just want to go back to a comment I made a few minutes ago when I said there's only 2 more home games after this one. That is, of course, before we get in the playoffs, and that's my bold prediction. We'll be in the playoffs, and of course there'll be more soccer here at ONEOK when we do. So I'll take that one back. I did mean in the regular season, of course.
This will be Lucas Baldin, who comes on for his first action of the night. He will check in for Celestino. Baldin, the native of Brazil, was taken in the 4th round, 77th overall in the MLS draft. Played his collegiate soccer at South Florida. Two-way midfielder for Real Monarchs SLC. He's got 3 goals on the season and 1 assist. He is also on the discipline report with 4 yellow cards this season. Ball back out to Dav. Dav steps over, plays back to Chad Bond. Poorly played ball there from Chad. Velasco searching ball forward, cannot find one of his teammates.
Should say as well, Pop, I mean, every coach knows in professional soccer that you are going to have injuries and you are going to have suspensions. Henry will get a yellow card because that's the second foul he's committed in the last sort of 10 minutes. So you're going to get suspensions, you're going to get injuries. That's part of the game, and the Roughnecks will live with that. And as I say, someone else will come in now at left back and take their chance.
That's the 3rd yellow card on Henry on the season. To the outside, Velasco, Morel, and poor effort there from Morel.
And just thinking ahead to that, you know, who would come in at left back? I mean, maybe Stephen Miller again, who's played at left back, and Ben Brewster could come in at right back. There's lots of different options. Eli can play at right back. I mean, there's lots of different options, Pop. So I'm sure whilst of course, Davron will be a massive miss to the team. You know, David Irvin will have another plan come Saturday evening here at ONEOK against
Good
Louisville.
ball for Feener and a better touch there from Ballou. Almost was able to link up with Mata. And SLC not out of danger yet. This will be a throw-in deep in the offensive third now for Tulsa as Cordero picks himself up off of the turf. Leading here 3-1 in the 66th minute. Davern finds Ochoa. Ochoa now. Foul on Sammy.
Good refereeing again for me. Sammy just diving in there, but I don't think it warranted a yellow card, and I think the referee's done a really good job. One of the best referees I've seen here this season.
Here's Baldin. Ballou to the center of the pitch, touch to the outside of Mata. Mata now trying to work there. Like he tried to cut inside, then go back out. Kavita had it covered up. Baldin finds Welshman to Sunley. Sunley has Velasco to the outside. Sends it there. Miller comes sliding through, unable to get there, and Velasco cannot save it before it goes over the byline.
But even though Stephen Miller didn't make contact with the ball, he did enough just to put the lad off and take it on there, and it goes away for a goal kick. And the referee just having a word with Jake Feener saying, make sure you keep it going, don't get yourself a yellow card for wasting time. But Feener will do everything he can to slow this down. 23 minutes to go. Can we throw it down to Andy Lawright? Andy, I'm sure Tom Taylor there and David Irvin in deep conversation. Possibly, you know, fresh legs for the Roughnecks at 67 minutes gone.
Yeah,
Nice touch there. Ballou cannot get to it in enough time as Fernandez comes off of his line to knock it away. And here is an opportunity for the Monarchs. Sunley has it. Sunley playing through, comes flying through there on the run. And Davron now there, tripped up a little bit from behind, and that will be a foul in favor of the Roughnecks. But what a run there on the opposite side. That's another sign of speed. This time it was from Eti Tavares, who came flying through. Hasn't had that many opportunities here early on since he's been subbed, but Tulsa will escape, and we'll keep going back down to Andy. Andy, as Dave was saying, possibly getting close to some substitution time and some fresh legs for the Roughnecks.
Yeah, I think so. I would imagine the front two, they've done very well again today. Mata, of course, with the goal. But I would imagine he'll give Kid a chance and just get some fresh legs going to kind of see this one out. Kid's done really well coming on late in games and scoring against tiring defenses. So I would think that would be his first move here, probably in the next couple of minutes.
Kid came on last Saturday against this Real Monarchs side and had a golden opportunity and just missed with a chance after he was on the sub. As you can see there, 3 of 4 goals after the 87th minute for Kid. Chad Bond over the top of this one. Foul near the far touchline. That ball's driven in. Assistant says corner for the Roughnecks.
Almost like a line drive in baseball, isn't it? When Chad Bond can drive that ball low and hard just on the tops of the heads of the defenders there, and one of the defenders rose up, just got a skimmed header away, and we're going to see Davern swing this one in with his left foot. The Welshman will hold the ball and then we'll put it down, will he, for the Irishman? Yes, he will.
Played in towards the backside, skips through. Ryan Price got a touch. Ochoa goes up in the air. And Fernandez, well done to come down in the air with this one, and quickly he goes.
As he has to now, Pop 3-1 down. The away team have to come out, and that will leave the back door hopefully open for the Roughnecks. One more goal for the Roughnecks you feel would seal it, although, silly me, what was the last game? 6-3, wasn't it?
Here's Eti to Velasco. Velasco plays centrally. Shielding off of there, turns, fires, deflection off of one of the Tulsa players, and a corner now coming up for Real Monarchs SLC.
I think it was Brady Ballou got a brave block in there and deflected away for the corner. So all hands to the pump now for the Roughnecks, although it is one-on-one at the moment. Christian Madder is saying that. He stood up on the halfway line, so Fina can catch this one and punt the ball down. It is one-on-one.
Baldine with Velasco. Looks like Velasco now will take this one himself. Out of the danger area. It rolls all the way back now to Arnon. Ball played in. No danger there as Roughnecks will let this one sail over the byline as we are in the 71st minute with Roughnecks leading 3-1 here at ONEOK Field. Jeremy Poplin and David Saunders with you. Andy Lorai down on field level, keeping an eye on things. Thank you to those of you tuning in on YouTube for this broadcast and listening along on ESPN 1300 The Buzz here in Tulsa. Modelo is the official jersey sponsors of the Roughnecks kits. You can look for the Modelo Especial logo on the front of the players' jerseys and ask for Modelo on your next trip to the ONEOK Field concession stands. Ryan Price comes over to clean this one up. Out of bounds, allows the Roughnecks to reset. Not very much time, though. Quick throw in to Morrell, and he wants to switch fields.
Yeah, keep looking over there at the subs warming up for the Roughnecks, but nobody really stripped and ready for action.
Tavares working against Davern. Crafty veteran getting the best. Still a corner now coming up. There's a look at the Roughnecks players that are warming up. You see Kidd there in the background. Ben Brewster getting in a little bit of a stretch, as is Adam Black. From the corner on the opposite end, Feener snags that one directly out of the air, right into the hands.
And well done. Slows it down, taking as long as he can. We'll have to release it fairly quickly now, and he does. Here it is, down the center of the field.
You can become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. Cordero cuts to the inside. Still on his right foot. Ball into Mata. Mata's touch.
Steve Miller's taken one in the face there. The referee's saying it's a free kick, but he's not saying there was any elbow or anything from... trying to see who it was.
It was Velasco.
Thank you, yeah. Steve Miller's okay. He's just saying, you know, he took one in the face there, poor old Stephen, but he's okay.
See a replay here. Maybe we'll get a good look at it. Yeah, he caught one right there.
But I think it was a fair challenge. I don't think there was any elbows flying around. I think it's been a closely fought game.
Here's Bond. In, a header, and a goal! Is that Ochoa? It's Sammy Ochoa. A beautiful ball in, an even better header, and the finish from Sammy Ochoa. And that is goal number 8 for Sammy.
Sammy Ochoa, as you say, 8th goal. He deserves it again on his just sheer effort, his physical play. Wonderful goal, 4-1, and you do feel now that the 3 points are going to the Roughnecks. It was a great ball in from Chad Bond, and Sammy Ochoa peeling away, header just inside that right-hand post, and as we've said before, just about what the doctor ordered. And now I think with 16 minutes to go, I think we'll see a flurry of subs, and I think we can, as we see the replay, what a header from Ochoa. Andy Laurie, as a centre forward, you will admire that goal more than any other one tonight, won't you?
Yeah, absolutely. A great flicked header to the back post. Fabulous ball by Chad Bond, and man, that's not the ball, that's not who the Monarchs wanted the ball to go to. Sammy is red hot and just keeps scoring.
And I think, Pop, looking over there, I think I can see Jimenez getting ready. I think Kid's going to... is Kid getting ready over there as well? Yeah, he's getting ready to come in.
It's the 4th goal in the last 4 games for Sammy Ochoa, and the Roughnecks lead 4-1.
And 10 in the last 2 games here, of course, with the 6-3 win against Arizona, followed up here with 4 tonight. So certainly the home fans here get their fair share of goals. The Roughnecks didn't score too many at home here, did they? If my memory serves me correct, in the first few games. Here's another chance.
Another chance, Mata. And Mata now finds the back of the net for his 2nd of the night. Wow, Christian Mata. And the Roughnecks strike one more time. And look at Mata going over to celebrate with the roustabouts. That's a well-deserved celebration and a great goal to Christian Mata. And there comes the shower.
I'm telling you, we'll bring Andy in a minute, because Andy is a centre forward, as we say, but I'm telling you, that is a special goal. The ball was played over the top, and that chest down from Christian Mata just allowed him the space. It took the ball away from the defender, and he just struck it so well with that right foot. And in front of the roustabouts again, a wonderful strike, and it is now, folks, Tulsa 5, SLC 1.
That came off of one of the Monarchs players, and it came right to Mata, and boy, you do talk about a finish. Wow.
Well, let's get a goal scorer himself, Andy Laurie. What a goal that is for Christian Mata.
Yeah, it really was. The keeper, totally unexpected. I thought he's going to take this down. He might take another touch, try and take him on. Caught everybody in the stadium and myself off guard with a first-time hit. We've talked about it since he's been on the team, about how unpredictable he is. And boy, as good as his billing there. Absolutely fabulous goal.
It really was a fabulous goal. I think Morel's come off here. Poppy's walking around the outside of the field as the Monarchs come forward, as they have to now. And Tulsa have made a couple of substitutions, which Pop will be able to tell you about.
That's Etty, who loses the ball on the opposite end. And now a goal kick is, yes, the celebrations were continuing. We'll see who was subbed on for Mata here in 1 second. Tulsa's going to continue to make changes. Good look at Tavares as he hustles back. Feener says, hang on.
I think it's Adam Black's come on, the number 14 over there on the left-hand side, Pop. For Mata, whose last touch was to score a goal, celebrate, shake hands with the referee, walk off the field.
Chad Bond has been subbed out.
Yeah, Laurie Bell's on now.
Laurie Bell in for Bond.
And Oscar Jimenez is on as well. So it's Jimenez and Henry in the middle. Sammy Ochoa, he goes off now, having scored a wonderful goal.
Substitutions coming in the 78th minute.
And Kidd comes on. So we've got Kidd and Adam Black.
And then Vinter will make his way out as well. So Kyle will be subbed out.
So I would have thought it has to be, is it Grimes or is it...
this will be for Mason Grimes.
Yeah, Mason Grimes, centre back. Straight swap there.
So Oscar was the sub for Christian Mata.
Number 21, Mason Grimes.
So still 4-4-2, isn't it?
You want to talk about just emptying the bench in a hurry for Tulsa. And David Irving with thoughts immediately to Saturday night against Louisville.
Well, and this will send a few, turn a few heads in Kentucky, won't it? So we'll see what Louisville are made of when they come here to town on Saturday night. Pop, Andy and myself will be here.
Andy's actually not going to be joining us on Saturday. Andy was going to be headed back home for a wedding, and we'll have a booking here as Lori did not spend much time out on the pitch at all. You can see a little bit of smile there from Lori. Let's see, that is card on the season. That is card number 2 for Lori Bell.
And he hasn't touched the ball yet, so he's had an interesting... he scored a goal against Arizona, didn't he, his first touch, and now he's been booked without touching the ball. So, Andy, you have a great time at the weekend. We'll try and soldier on without you. I'm sure Andy will be keeping an eye on his phone for the updates of the scores, though.
Sure he will. Look at that speed there coming from Kidd, and that'll be a foul from behind on him. You mentioned Louisville coming in, and Fondy with another hat trick in the first half and 4 goals overall. That put him right back into the race for most goals on the season. He now has 16 total. So, and I will say this, outside of, let's see, was it, Sacramento coming in. The Roughnecks have done an incredible job in the times that they faced Kooning so far this season, who's the leading goal scorer. Just trying to think of who they had issues with. I think it was Lopez from Sacramento who scored 2 here, who ended up with the brace. Fondy did have one against the Roughnecks in Louisville back earlier in the season. But the Roughnecks have done a solid job against some of the top-level goal scorers here in the USL.
Putting you on the spot, what was the score in Louisville? Was it 2-0?
Louisville was 2-0.
But
and one of those was an own goal, and I believe the 89th or 88th minute off of Ryan Price. That game was still very much in question there until the waning moments.
I'm sure Louisville will probably say they're a better side than when we played them 2-2.
Oh, absolutely. Both sides are.
Yeah, so it should be a cracking game, guys.
Good ball to the outside for Etty. Etty now step over to Davern. Good. Another ball played in. Feener's there to protect the post. Wow. You talk about quick reflexes from Jake Feener to deny on the far end of the field. Another great save.
And you're still 5-1 up, and it's easy for a goalkeeper to say, hey, we've won this one. But no, Jake Feener with 10 minutes to go. He didn't want to let any more in. Great save.
And a corner now. Low ball. Roughnecks will get there to it first. It's Adam Black to Kidd. Kidd now. Trying to find Ballou on a run.
If he just hit that one a little bit harder, Ballou was going to be in, wasn't he?
Just one step more. Adam Black, great ball in. And here comes the flag up on this side.
Yeah, 2 Englishmen combining there, but Adam Black on the left-hand side there had just gone a little bit too quick, a yard too quickly. And Fernandez has to whack this ball forward, his side. 5-1 down, 9 minutes to go.
There's your answer on the band. They're right there performing behind where the roustabouts are. We were wondering where they were. And the supporter section there directly behind the goal.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Great atmosphere here in ONEOK, and I'm sure all of these people plus more will be back on Saturday night.
This is quite a stretch of goals now for the Tulsa Roughnecks. Came into tonight with 39 total. They've now moved to 44 overall.
They must be nearly the leading scorers in the league.
Well, they would have surpassed Louisville for second place now as goals. They will only trail the Pittsburgh Riverhounds by 1 goal, who have scored 45 on the season. And that will put them 4 goals in front of the Switchbacks from Colorado Springs. If you visited the new USLsoccer.com, you can get the latest news and live stats and check out the new social media hub at USLsoccer.com.
And what's great is it's been shared around, doesn't it? I think Sammy Ochoa on 8 is our leading goal scorer, but it's been shared around, which is a sign of another good team.
Well, and Mata now is on 5. Here's Kidd. Can Kidd finish one off? No. Good closure there coming in by the 2 defenders to deny Kidd. an opportunity to add one himself.
Andy Lawright, you're a defender. You've been playing for 83 minutes. The last thing you want is someone with kids' pace coming at you for the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, he is the ideal closer, really, in a game because he's just so fast. You're tired, especially in this situation. Definitely a little demoralized, and yeah, that's any defender's nightmare.
Adam Black will catch up to this one. Ballou calling for it near the penalty area. Driven in, 2 players are there, Kidd and Ballou, and the ball got there at almost the exact same time as both Tulsa Roughneck players. And Henry will take this one away for a brief moment. Can the Roughnecks keep possession here? No. Given away here at midfield. A touch back. And one of the subs that came on here for Real Monarchs SLC, Riley McGovern. Played his college ball at New Mexico. I believe was a teammate of Kyle Venter.
And we shouldn't forget Adam Black's come on and done well. You know, he's started some great games recently for the Roughnecks. He was put on the bench tonight on the left-hand side. He's come on, and again, you don't want him coming down at you if you're the right back for the Monarchs. So good substitutions, and David Irvin was able to do that because of those 2 quick goals, the 4th and the 5th. And Pop will tell us in a moment just how many people are inside ONEOK tonight.
Yeah, 3,447 on hand tonight on a Thursday night. And only 2 more opportunities after tonight's game. By the way, not only did Riley McGovern play at University of New Mexico, he was born in Bartlesville, so we do have an Oklahoma native that comes back in to ONEOK Field here tonight. There's a turn from Orozco. Plays up the touch line, and a throw in now for the Roughnecks, and the party is just beginning down in the supporter section with the roustabouts. Nice little touch there, almost got it through. Stephen Miller now back near midfield with a simple touch, finds Oscar.
It really is a party over there.
Yeah, it is. Oscar had his first touch. Now Miller, and then a foul.
I think you call this performance professional. I think they've come out second half. It was 2-1. Remember, 2-1 at half-time. Come out and scored 3 goals. And the two strikers are sat over there very content with their night's work. Professional performance from the Roughnecks.
Edgar Duran is out there for Real Monarchs SLC. Duran now joins, boy, a number of Grande Sports Academy alumni on this team. Boy, there's just a long, lengthy list, including Eti Tavares, who's out there, Oriana as well, Velasco. A number of players have come out of the academies. This one will be a corner now for the Roughnecks. That shot came from Kidd. Fernandez just couldn't get a hold of it. Over the byline now for another opportunity for Tulsa.
And took it out on the linesman when he realized he'd spilled it, but the linesman absolutely right on spot there. He was looking along the line, and the goalkeeper had spilled it. Another corner, and this time it's going to be the in-swinger from Adam Black.
Kavita comes from that academy as well. That's a low line drive ball there from Black. Oh, almost magical there from Laurie Bell if he could have finished. Couldn't get quite much of it. Welshman just surrounded there from Roughnecks. You saw Miller come flying through to knock it away. And now a bit of buildup from the back as we're in the 88th minute with Tulsa leading 5-1. The explosion coming here tonight at ONEOK Field.
Can I just say again, well done to the referee. I think he's refereed it really well tonight. He's let things go sometimes. He's had words in the ears of the players. He's produced yellow cards when he's been forced to. Top-class performance. One of the best I've seen.
Case & Associates is your home for the Roughnecks players when they're not on the pitch. And you can look to Case for your apartment needs. You can find Case & Associates online at caseusa.com.
I'm just fearing for Irla Davron here. He's gone flying into a tackle. He's already been booked. And I think the referee is going to have a decision to make here. And he is going to show him a yellow card. And Irla Davron will be sent off the field.
So Davern picks up his second yellow tonight. This comes here in the 88th. And Davern now with card number 5 and 6. And Davern will now have to exit the field here at ONEOK Field.
Well, if you've been booked on a yellow card, I think the referee, to be fair, had no choice. Davern's saying to the keeper, you know, what did I do? He applauds the roustabouts. I don't know where that puts him with missing games, Pop. He was going to miss one game with the yellow, so I don't know, now getting another yellow, whether that increases the ban. But Roughnecks will play out the last 2 minutes with 10 men.
Feener comes out, has this one easily in between 2 players, including McGovern.
Is that our first sending off the season, my friend?
I believe that is correct. First one of the season. And just unfortunate for Dav and the Roughnecks that it had to go this way. We will double check and find out exactly what the ruling is on that from the USL. We will have an answer for you by the time we are back here on Saturday. That discussion actually came up at dinner the other night in Provo, Utah, as we were waiting for the game on Saturday night. Here's Kidd just really just pushing the defender out of the way there with both hands. Easy call to make there for the assistant.
Just got a little bit niggly now. The Roughnecks just need to keep their heads. Kidd getting a little bit involved there with the lad at the back. He's just got to calm himself down. Just see this out. They're 5-1 up. No need for any shenanigans now.
Baldine here to Duran. Duran drops back for Kavita to McGovern. Ball forward from McGovern. Here's Baldine. There will be 3 minutes of stoppage time added. Baldine now working against Miller. Miller touches away. Here comes the Roughnecks. Ballou. Brady wishes he might have had that one back.
But straight back into action, shutting the lad down here from the throw-in. Well done to Brady Ballou.
Kavita plays across to Velasco. Velasco, long ball now, looking for one of the forwards there from Real, unable to do so. That was Tavares. Here's Oscar with Adam Black. Black dumps it in towards Fernandez.
We shouldn't, you know, forget the role of Jake Feener tonight, because he's made 4 very, very good saves.
Big saves.
You know, and kept them at bay.
Well, and it's becoming typical Jake Feener.
Yeah.
Feener had great saves on Saturday night as well. Played across the box, played in, and no danger there. As you see, Feener easily comes away. Had a big save there in the second half. Had 2 or 3 big saves in the first half to even keep the game level at 1 on last Saturday to really keep a point for the Roughnecks.
Andy, it's almost strange that we're talking about a goalkeeping performance when his side is winning 5-1, but he's had another great game tonight, the keeper.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think you can say enough about how good Jake Feener's been today and in the past, what is it, 8-9 games. I mean, we've lost 1 match with him in the net. So, I mean, you just got to tip your hat to the guy. He's been absolutely brilliant.
As we mentioned before, there were 3 minutes that were put on. Here's McGovern, who goes through the center circle, easily taken away there by Stephen Miller. And let's see if the Roughnecks can keep a bit of possession here and try to dump it towards the corner. Here's Laurie Bell. Laurie Bell has it. He's going to go on angle towards the goal, dumps it off for Kidd. Kidd leaves it for Adam Black. Black fighting there between 2 defenders. Durant comes through to try to clear it. Roughnecks will keep possession, and Oscar dumps it to the outside for Ballou. Well done to the Roughnecks. Miller now from the touchline. Miller will trot back. Oscar to Henry. Stephen Miller is Ballou will just leave that one. Kavita comes over. And the road woes will continue for Real Monarchs SLC, still winless this season on the road. It will go to 0-9-2 on the season. Here's Kidd. Leaves it for Adam Black, and Adam Black, upset with himself. He kind of looks skyward after that attempt.
Let's throw that one down to Andy. The final whistle goes, but quickly, Andy, on that one. Adam Black just slicing his shot, and he's annoyed with himself.
Yeah, no, just a little bit of miss hit. Saw a chance to tuck in the sixth and didn't happen, but he'll be ready. Saturday.
The Roughnecks 6-1-2 since July 1st, and the push towards the playoff continues for this Tulsa Roughnecks side. 5 more goals here tonight. Make that now 44 total on the season, and they have moved, as mentioned before, to number 2 in goals scored this season, above Louisville City FC, who comes in here on Saturday night. Roughnecks have now scored 44. The league leader, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, with 45. But more importantly, 3 massive points here at home and 2 goals, as Mata will walk his way off of the field with a brace this evening. Goals in the 33rd and 76th. But 3 points, which we talked about, was a must-have for Tulsa tonight.
Had to be, Pop, and they've done the job. David Irvin will go in and sit them down and say, well done, guys. You've got the 3 points, 5-1. They'll be up, tonight. Go and enjoy that. But he'll have them back in tomorrow and get them ready for probably, shall we say, a much sterner test with Louisville in town on Saturday. And personally, I can't wait. I never can. But this one, each game now is going to get bigger and bigger. 4 games left, and the Roughnecks will finish their season strongly, I'm sure. But if they can get 3 points on Saturday, Pop, wow, that's going to be massive again.
Boy, doesn't it seem like level at 1 was almost 2 days ago from earlier in this game, from the way that this one ended at 5-1. I mean, it does. It seems like being tied at 1 was forever ago in this contest.
But you know what? I mentioned it in the commentary. Wasn't it nice that we were the ones to concede and then go up the other end quickly and score?
Yes.
That's happened so much to us.
We scored within 2 minutes. It was a 2-minute counter from
and I
the
would go
Roughnecks.
as far to say, as we see on the YouTube feed, the 4 games left for the Roughnecks, I would even go far as to say that was the pivotal moment of this game. When they got in at half-time 2-1 up, David Evans sat them down and said, you will get a bit of pressure. And that came for the first 10 minutes from this Real side, desperate to get their first win on the road. They soaked up the pressure, did the Roughnecks. 55th minute, they started to turn the screw, and then they score these 3 second-half goals. Well done to everybody in a Roughnecks shirt tonight. Really well played. 3 points fully deserved.
Well, and as is typical, the Roughnecks immediately go to the roustabouts and will shake hands and be congratulated on another terrific performance. Andy Lorai is standing by, and we will get interviews with players coming up in a minute. The roustabouts are going to name their man of the match here on the field level. We'll find out exactly who that is. There are a number of candidates that you could go with to tonight, so we'll find out who the Easton brothers announce as their player of the game, and it looks like that it's going to be Henry. It'll be Henry Maybo, who scores his very first goal in a Tulsa uniform tonight, and Henry is all smiles as he will put on the hard hat and celebrate down on the field. So congratulations to Henry Maybo, who picks up the man of the match from the Tulsa Roustabouts. David Irving is also making his way off as well. We'll see if Andy can't catch up with him. Looks like David's going to make he was making a direct line towards Andy Lorai. Andy will go over there and catch up with David in a moment. Again, Saturday, right back here at ONEOK Field for an even more important match and what 3 more points would do heading in to next weekend on the road. But first things first, congratulations all the way around, and let's throw it down on the field level as Andy Lorai has the head coach of the Tulsa Roughnecks, victorious David Irving.
Thanks, guys. Coach, 5 goals.
Yeah, I think that I wonder what his press conference is going to be tonight. I didn't really say much. I think that the boys took care of it for me. I think it could have been more, but a great way to come back. We've had a tough stretch with all these games in a short period of time, but the resilience, the character on this team, and I think we put Salt Lake, Real Monarchs in their place a little bit, and we stopped him chirping. it'll be interesting to see what his press conference says now, you know.
Certainly will, Coach. You're a fiery guy. Do you enjoy those conflicts, you think?
Well, yeah, I enjoy them. I enjoy the battle of wits and the philosophy. And, you know, hey, you know, we were tougher than them, we were quicker than them, and we put the ball in the back of the net, you know. But everybody's got a philosophy, you know. Mine isn't from a book, you know. I've been in the game a long time as a player, as a coach, but, hey, you know, that's football. Best of luck to them, but maybe they learned something tonight.
Absolutely. What's the key for Saturday?
Well, we've got to recover. Obviously, Louisville's a quality side there, one of the best sides in the East, you know. And, you know, Fondy's a threat, scored a lot of goals. Obviously, Dav's going to miss the game, so that's a big loss. But, you know, somebody else will step up with a group of players that's tight, and they all want to win. And that was a big one tonight because, and we had a little fun with the Freddie deal. I thought they were singing Freddie, not Brady at the end, you know. I was saying Freddie, but anyway, it was a great night, and especially after, you know, makes things interesting, that's for sure. We're going to keep going. Every game's a playoff game, so all we can do is keep winning.
Absolutely, Coach. Thanks a bunch. Great victory.
Thanks, Andy.
All right, Andy Laurie down there with David Irving, who's never short on words. And he continues to wave to the crowd here at ONEOK Field as a 5-1 win. Quickly, while we're waiting on another play, let's run down some of the stats here as we were at full time. 21 shots tonight from the Tulsa Roughnecks, 5 goals, 4 saves from Jake Feener, 15 fouls, and of course, obviously Davern picking up the 2 yellows, Henry a yellow, and Laurie Bell as well. Those 15 fouls, 3 offsides. And for the Real Monarchs SLC, 1 goal on 10 shots, 7 saves, 7 corners, 12 fouls, and 3 offsides calls against the Monarchs. So the numbers show why the lopsided score of 5-1 here this evening. And